I'm Bill Baldwin. I'm CEO of HartmanBaldwin. We founded this company 40 years ago this year. Originally founded with Devin Hartman. He had been working on restoring castles in France. He had a degree in psychology from Pitzer. I was going to art school and trying to make it as an artist, but using construction to pay the bills. And a mutual friend brought us together on an apartment complex, and we started to work together right off the bat. The project that really was our first seminal project was Devin landed a place called the Christmas House in Rancho Cucamonga, which is a bed and breakfast. And it was too big for him, and we were in a trench in the backyard plumbing it in, and we looked at each other with all the hopes and dreams and crazy stuff we wanted to do, and we shook hands and said, let's give it a partnership of 1 full year, and it took off from there. The most exciting thing was from the very beginning in 1984, we were architects and builders and doing all the interior specifications all under one roof. And nowadays, design build's become relatively ubiquitous, but back then, no one was doing it. That synthesis of the whole being greater than the sum of the parts, of it being kind of master builders and doing everything together, that was we lived and breathed that. And I think that still in our culture today, it's as exciting as it was when we first started. We're in the building a great family of talented people business as much as anything else, culture and process. There's been a few projects we've done in town over on Boffman. We did the Freed project. That was a really interesting and challenging structural project. The Darling Wright House was a very interesting project. The Sumner House, which we did in '92, was a fascinating kind of renovation project as well. We have done so many houses in town for so many people, and I mean, they all had their own challenges in their own way. Plus, you're working with a client that has their aesthetics and what they're trying to do. You're trying to figure that out and kind of bring that into the fold of the program. So, it's been a lot of great challenges, but most of it's just been exciting. I would say it is a philosophy more than it is a business practice. In the long haul of it, there's a way that we all treat each other here and treat our clients and the juice of the connection that we all get to each other. And I think the art and the craft springs forth from that. That has been a great kind of a tincture of, I think, the foundation of who we are philosophically. That's the thing too, I would tell you, the first 20, in terms of challenges, the first 20 years that we were in business, if you ask me about the company, here's my favorite projects. And the last 20 years, I tell you, here's this great team that we have, right? That's been the transition. And the team's capable of so much more than what happened when Dev and I were first partners. So that growth and that pride of that's a lot of juice for me. I'm as excited to get up in the morning and come to work as I was when I first got here. Well, I always say that if it weren't for Claremont, we would not be the same company. So, you know, Devin went to school here, I grew up here, and the fact that this was a city so rich in architectural history, it meant that you had to know your P's and Q's on any project that you did. If we'd grown up in just some other city that was mostly comprised of stucco boxes, we would not be anywhere near the same company. So that feedback loop of keeping Claremont historically accurate and us growing up in this community and the business being nurtured in that way totally shaped who we are. There are people who would say, God, Claremont's so difficult to work in. We thought the opposite. God, it's such a delight to work here. It's such a, you know, it's a city that completely gets it. So that it formed us. For us, again, it's been a symbiotic relationship where it constantly has focused us back on what's important in this city and what's important about the future, and not just the past. So it's a growing, thriving community. So there's a richness about that as well. I'm going to get choked up here because I just went to Devin's service, but I wish Devin were alive to be sitting here with me. I bought him out years ago, but it's HartmanBaldwin, and we founded this thing together. So, it's a very great honor, and I think a wonderful piece of who I am, who we were together. So to me, it's a celebration and a note of what I hope we've given to the community, but certainly what the community has given to us. It's been wonderful.